I want to give y'all an update on my arcade roguelike style game that I'm calling Nova Breaker. 3 big changes this week, and one thing that fought me harder than expected. This update was really about making runs feel intentional, less chaotic, but more competitive. First up, leaderboards. Runs are now ranked by wave and time. This gives each run a clear goal. It turns the game from just surviving into actually competing. Now for the player, the runs actually matter. Second, the ball speed curve. Before, the speed would ramp up pretty fast, making the game feel chaotic early on. Matter of fact, when I handed it over to my kids to test it out, they didn't want to play the game that much because it just felt too hard early on. I adjusted it so it scales over time, and now it feels more human and controlled. The difficulty still ramps, but it doesn't feel overwhelming right away. Third, power-up tiers and polish. Of course we got power-ups in this game, but I wanted to add tiers. The problem though, I didn't have a good way of telling the player that this is a different tiered power-up. I added visual cues by changing the colors of the power-up icons. This makes it easier for the player to recognize what power-up tier they're actually collecting. I also fixed a bunch of issues with the gravity paddle power-up along the way. Now I feel like the power-ups are much more intentional and balanced. So what fought me this week? As I mentioned earlier, the gravity paddle power-up definitely gave me some problems. There were pause and resume state issues, debug visuals not matching the real state, and a lot of small fixes to make everything feel solid. And I still don't like how the power-up works. I still have bugs with it. I'm honestly considering just scrapping it out. We'll see. Next up, I'm planning on refactoring the way my wave modifiers works. This will give me much more control so that each run feels more dynamic. It also gives me the opportunity to introduce special types of waves. So I'm looking forward to this one in particular. I'm also going to add analytics. This will help me see what areas need to be fine-tuned or rebalanced when it comes to the skills that you can level up. I'm still building this in public. So if you want to keep up, subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.